My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and welcome to a karmic energy update. Now, on this channel, I offer support mainly for twin flames and higher level soulmates. Some of these situations are pretty complicated, and some of these situations don't conform to what all society may condone. So, I'm asking you to embody the essence of love and be kind. This is a safe space for people to vent about their relationships, no matter how that relationship looks. It's polyamorous, whatever it is, however that relationship looks. Okay, so if you're giving feedback to someone, or you're being supportive, or whatever it is, please embody the energy of love when you're doing that. This is not a place of judgment. And if I do find that your remarks come from a place of judgment, or you are trying to shame someone or blame someone for some kind of circumstance, I will block your ass. I will. Anyway, so I just want to tell you that this is a safe space, and I don't tolerate anyone trying to bully or shame anybody else. And for some reason, every time I do these karmic readings, there's always that one or two or three persons. Don't do it. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get into this thing. So we are going to tap into the karmic energies. All right, so this is a relationship that is not you and your person. This will resonate if your person has someone else. We're tapping into that third-party relationship. Okay? If you don't want to hear about it, nobody forcing you to be here. You can check out some of my other videos or even other readers. All right, so what's happening here? We have the healer. What am I getting from this? I'm getting that spirit is triggering a lot of healing in this relationship. I'm meaning people looking at their inner wounding, and recognizing why they do the things that they do, which is something that this karmic relationship is supposed to do ultimately. It is for your person to heal and also for the karmic to heal. This is the nature of this relationship. Now, you can lead the horse to the water, but can you make it drink? No. Each of them have to make a decision whether they want to heal or not. They can choose to remain in karmic energies. It's free will. It's free will. Okay, so there's a lot of healing that's taking place within these persons, but I'm also getting heavy on the mind of the people in this relationship is you. You are the wise woman. You see her hair is long and it's also gray. Right here is always a symbol of wisdom, spiritual wisdom. Okay, so someone here is a wise woman. You are leading. Now, especially in twin flame connections, I'm going to talk about that. It is the divine feminine energy that leads this whole troop. If you imagine like a troop of, okay, I use the word troop, so I must have used that for a reason. So we're going to imagine monkeys. I'm not saying that you're a monkey or anything like that. Please do not take offense. But this is how I'm seeing it in my mind. This is how the guides I've seen. Okay, so in front is the leader. This is you, divine feminine. You are leading. So as you heal yourself, that healing energy then passes on to the other person behind you, and that will be your divine masculine. And then as your divine masculine heals, it passes on to the karmic or karmics in their life. Okay, and your masculine, whether they're male or female in body, it doesn't matter. It's the energy. It's not even about gender or sex. It's about energy. It's passed on. So you might be focused on one karmic, which might be an intimate partner, but it may be karmics. It could be mother figures, whole families, because remember, you're meant to transform whole family lines with this healing. Okay, so even attached to this main line that's going on here, that will end with the karmics, there's another branch that's attached to you that is also your own little family circle, because you're also doing ancestral healing. Okay, because you are the one that's channeling the information from the divine. You are the intuitive twin. And I always like to, I don't know. Hold 1 second, I'm going to show you. Right, so behold my second favorite card in tarot. My first favorite card is from the, the Psychic Tarot of the Heart Tarot. That one where the The two heads are touching. That's my favorite card, but this is my second favorite card, and it's explaining exactly what I was just telling you. You are the intuiting twin. Okay, whoever's watching you, your divine feminine energy, whether you're male or female in body, and you are receiving the inspiration from spirit source, creator energy. You channel it, and then you pass it along to the masculine. He then takes it to the masses on his side. You take it to the masses on your side, and these are family lines, whatever it is. This is how the word is spread. So you are leading it all. That is your power as divine feminine. You are leading it all, and all these people will receive healing through you channeling these messages and bringing these messages where they need to go. Anyways, right, so we spent a lot of time on that. That's okay. Let us see what energy is the masculine embodying in this connection at this time. All right, so he's still in victim mode. Isn't that like the third or the second or third time that we have gotten this for him? We've always gotten this card for him. So he's in victim mode. This is and I was telling you the last time the difference between the victim and the survivor is the survivor makes a decision to pull out of that, but he's not there yet. He's still, woe is me, everything happens to me, everybody's doing me something wrong. I don't know what I did to deserve this, la 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 la, right? It's a lot of self-pity, and he may have been a victim, okay? Oftentimes in these relationships, it's very, very toxic, okay? And they suffer a lot of verbal, even physical, spiritual, financial abuse, okay? So I'm not saying that he's not a victim, but I'm saying that he's choosing to stay there because it is always a choice. He's choosing to stay there and stay in this energy because we all have a choice. Everybody has had bad shit happen to them. Horrible shit. I told you last time about Maya Angelou. You know, it is, you know, gathering yourself from that experience and know that that experience happened for a reason. It was destined to happen, so that when you make that decision to follow the calling of your soul, these are the experiences that you draw upon in order to connect with people. Nothing happens by mistake or coincidence. All right, let's see the energy the karmic is embodying right now. The karmic is the naga. Okay, so this is someone. It's just a bunch of harassment about everything and anything, but this comes from a place of unexpressed anger and frustration with their situation, this current situation, but also with their life, and everything that comes out of someone's mouth is a reflection of the inner dialogue that they have with themselves. Okay, so if this particular karmic, and it looks like they're verbally abusive, it is because it's a reflection about how they feel about themselves inside. So they may tell you, masculine, you're no good, you're good for nothing. This is the inner dialogue that they are having with themselves. Okay, and they're just projecting it outward. It's as simple as that. So they're in this naga. This is verbal abuse, and that is because they don't want to deal with their own shit. So it's easier to blame somebody else. Okay, they don't want to be accountable for their life nor their emotions. So it's easier to put that shit on somebody else. So let's pull some cards on these. All right, so our DM is the victim, and he may very well be. It's up to him if he wants to stay there. So, all right, so we have an Ace of Wands. Okay, this is beautiful because this is a decision to take action, and it's also a decision to stand in your power, right? So we have the Ace of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups. I love this lineup. And then we have the Lovers in reverse, which talks about a decision made. So what's going on here? Your person Yeah, they've been a victim of, I'm really getting verbal abuse today, but it's all kind of different kinds of abuse. And that's because this person, they have been programmed for that. Since their childhood, they may have grown up with abusive caregivers, abusive parents, or maybe they were neglected. So maybe even any kind of attention they may welcome, even if it's somebody degrading you or humiliating you, at least they're paying attention to you. Okay, so there's that's going on. But what your person is finding now, and it's through whether energetically or watching you or listening to what you've told them, they're hearing your voice in their head, they're recognizing their self-worth. So this is someone who's healing and stepping into self-love with this 9 of Cups energy. And you see, once you recognize your value, you won't settle for less. You won't settle for bullshit. And this is what's pushing your person to stand in their power and to make that decision in love. They realize that they deserve so much more than what they're receiving here, because all they're receiving here is abuse. But at one point in time, your person thought this abuse was love because that's what they were programmed to believe. Okay? So they're making a choice, standing in their power. So there's pushback. Even though they've been there in the victim, they're pushing back against this now. Some of you guys may find value in watching the Cancer reading that will be released today. Cancer, March 2021. Just in case you watch this at a later date, okay? Where they talked about somebody pushing back against verbal abuse, I feel that reading might resonate with you. So the karmic is in the Naga because they've decided to make your person's life a living hell, because this karmic knows about you, or they may not know you, but they know that there's somebody else, because they recognize your person is distracted, and even their verbal barbs aren't really hitting your person the same way anymore. They're not really reacting. They're like, whatever. So they're trying to get the usual rise out of your person, and it ain't working. So they're just trying to make your person's life a living hell. So let's see the Naga. We have the 5 of Swords here. The just generative conflict. And remember what I told you. One of the engagement strategies of the karmic, and maybe even your DM when he is in karmic energies, is to start shit, right? Is to start shit, because any kind of attention is good attention. If you're fighting, the person is engaging with you, okay? It's when they're ignoring you that they're worried. So any kind of attention is good attention. So they're just gonna start shit. And as long as their person is engaged in these kind of fights and drama, then they have no energy to think about anybody else. So this is what this karmic is doing. They're just gonna start shit. Right? And it's because they're happy. They're unhappy. 5 of Cups. They're unhappy. Look at how much 5s came out for the karmics. And we know that 5s is about challenge and change. That's where you learn your deep spiritual lessons, but you learn it through struggle and you learn it through suffering. And that's what's happening right now. They're in deep grief. For some of them, they're trying to drown their pain. Particularly maybe alcohol, other substances, could even be sex. Got a weird message also about self-harm for attention. Yeah, that's what I got with that. And it's because they're so deeply wounded, and they have so much insecurities that they feel like this is the only way to get your person's attention, because I feel like your person just... They've clocked out. I think that's a message that we channeled before. Your person has emotionally just shut down in this relationship. So the only way that they can really trigger a response from your person is to start shit. All right. Let us look at the emotional body of these people. And this is important because not everybody's going to be able to join me in the extended. So it continues to build a picture of what's happening in this situation. Now, you're not just watching this reading because you want to be nosy and you're eating your popcorn and watching a drama. Although that is nice too. It is also because this karmic relationship is also reflecting your deep inner wounds as well. So it's also, whilst you're watching this, a time to reflect on you and the healing that you may still need to do, because healing is an infinite process. As long as we are here on the earth plane, we are healing something. Okay, so this is your mirror. They're mirroring back to you some of your shadows that some you may have dealt with already. Okay, but there might be other stuff still to go. Okay, all right, so let's get 3 cards. What is your person feeling right now? Isolated. Well, I told you that they clocked out, and this is the only way that this karmic can engage your person. Otherwise, they just ignore them, and ignoring this karmic is like death for this karmic. They don't care what kind of attention that they get. They just want attention, whatever it is. So ignoring, that's gonna trip them off, and your person knows how to trip them off too. Right, your person also annoyed, and that's another reason why they're not engaging, because they realize that the situation is just going to escalate. And they're also bitter. Why me? That's what I heard. Why me? Why can't my relationships work out? Why can't I just be in this love, this idealized love that I see on TV? But they don't realize that it's their frequency, right? It's their vibration. Oh shit, what's this? But they have hope. We're gonna find out why. Alright, so let's see the karmic. I'm only gonna take 3. I was only meant to take 3, but I popped out, so Spirit wanted us to see that. The karmic energy. Gosh. They have curious. They know something is going on. Your person not responding the same way to all their nags and little babs. So they know some shit is up. So they're going all Sherlock Holmes on your person right now. They know something is up, so they're doing their investigating. Now, the reason why they also think something up is because this karmic is very paranoid. You know why they're paranoid? Because everything that they think that your person is doing, they're doing the same. You know, the guilty conscience needs no accuser? Right. Exactly. They are doing the same. They think your person's cheating because they are also cheating. And again, watch the Cancer reading today. It doesn't matter if you have placement in Cancer or not. It doesn't matter. It's the energy. Okay? Watch the Cancer reading, because this also came out in the Cancer reading. Yeah, they're guilty. That's why they're thinking all those things. And they are haunted by their past actions. And I feel like they're haunted by you. And I think that's why you came up underneath the deck as well. Emotionally detached. They have also clocked out, but somehow they still want to persist in this relationship. I know why. Alright, so let's see. Let's deconstruct these, huh? Right, your person feels isolated, unsupported. Nobody understands what they're going through. Okay, 4 of Swords in reverse. They want to take action and free themselves from this. They've just shut everybody out. 7 of Wands. They're not letting anybody in right now. The only talking that they're doing is to push back against this karmic. And they've just established law and order and a lot of boundaries. This is boundary setting, right? Now, 2020 reduced to 4. So that's the Emperor. So they are standing in their power right now. But their power lies, it looks like, in silence. They ain't talking. They've done enough talking. They're not. Right now, they're just simmering in anger. Why? Because they're in love. They're in love, and they're finally admitting that truth to themselves. And they're realizing that they didn't follow their heart. So they're annoyed at this situation, but they're also highly annoyed at themselves. They can't believe that they chose this narcissist over real love. There's a lot of regret. They wish that they had expressed their emotions to the DF before. And all they've gotten for their pain is drama. That's all they've attracted into their life. Just drama. Now, I see they have this hope card. Let's see what that's about. What's this hope about? They think that if they speak their truth and be their authentic self, this is going to be the key to unlock their happiness. This is a message that came to them whilst they were sleeping. They have some kind of like spirit guide or power animal. And this is a message that came to them whilst they were sleeping. I think your person may have given up hope in the situation because the situation is so toxic. But they feel like, you know, the truth will set you free. That's the message that they got in that dream. That the truth will set them free. But they're still terrified to speak this truth. Look, I see this mouse here. The mask is right by the throat chakra. So they're like, me? Even the cat. Right by the throat chakra. They're like, me? Speak my truth. They're really hesitant about it. But they feel this is a message that they got through the dream state, that if they speak their truth, there's hope to exit the situation. But they're feeling bitter. It's like they feel like, you know, just life handed them this shitty hand of cards. They just want to move on. 8 of Wands. They just want to move on. And we have the 2 of Wands reversed, and the 2 of Wands reduces to the Ace of Wands, which we already saw. So this person, they made a choice. They made a choice is now to put that into action, and it looks like the first action that they have to do, they gotta get off their bum. They gotta get off their bum, and they gotta speak their truth to this karmic. Now this karmic is curious because your person's not behaving the same way. They're not rising to the babs as usual. And oh shit. Spirit saying the karmic is curious about you. I told you this karmic knows about you. I told you that already. Or maybe I said it in the Cancer reading. Listen, this is like showing up a lot like the Cancer reading. No, I said it in this reading. Yeah, I said it in this reading. This karmic knows about you. So they all over your social media. They comparing themselves to you. They want to know what you have that they don't have. But what they do recognize is your strength, though. They do. They do. This karmic is depressed. Some of them, they're really numbing out. I think we talked about that already. Some of them overeating. Some of them is substances. And I told you, some of them, it's self-harm. They're really numbing out because they keep comparing themselves to you. Now, this karmic also feels guilty about... We have 8 of Pentacles. Let me get another card on that 8 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this karmic is doing some reflection. And they realize that they sabotage this connection by not putting in the effort. I think your person was putting in all the effort in this relationship, trying to sustain this relationship. They were acting like the Empress, you know, really nurturing this relationship, pumping all the time, effort and energy. And the karmic didn't do shit. They were just draining your person financially and otherwise. I'm also getting that the karmic feels guilty because they're going through some kind of financial fallout right now. And they're feeling very guilty about that. They are haunted by you. For some of you, this karmic knows about this soul connection. Whether it's a twin flame connection or a higher level soulmate connection, this karmic knows. And they are haunted by this. This is like an obsession with them. They don't know how to compete with this. And their anger, this is where their anger keeps coming out as this nagging, okay, and this verbal abuse. They don't know how to cope with this information. How do they compete with the next half of somebody's soul? I wouldn't know how to deal with that shit. I don't know. They're emotionally detached. They don't know what to do here. And because they're emotionally detached and they can't imagine a love like that, their judgment is off. Their judgment is off. They're trying to figure out And this person, just remember I want you to know something. This karmic that we're tapping into, they're very cold. They don't feel much. So whatever they have to do to eliminate the competition, which is you, they will do it. I'm just letting you know that. So right now, they are focused on this Three of Pentacles in reverse. And they're so obsessed with it, their judgment is completely off. So expect any shit from this person. They will do anything because they've gotten to that point. They're not thinking clearly, and Spirit wants you to know that. This person's not thinking clearly. All they're thinking about is getting back at you. Creating shit. Five of Swords. This is about winning at any cost. So this is a message, this is a warning for you also. Okay? You keep your guard up, both spiritually and otherwise, because this person, they will do anything. Alright, let's see your person's heart space for this karmic energy. We have the Hermit. Yeah, your person just spending time alone. They don't want anybody else's company here. But they're doing a lot of introspection, which is really great. But they've clocked out. Some of them going through dark night. All right, when they think about the karmic and the karmic situation, we have the High Priestess, Scorpio, Pisces. I also read as their opposite polarity, Taurus and Virgo. We have the Hierophant. That's Taurus. Now, all major arcana so far, so they have some big changes happening in that heart space. We have the Death card. Shit. I said heart space energy. You guys do thinking, but it's okay. Whatever. Death card. So another major arcana. And then we have the Sun. So it's this massive, this is a heart awakening. And I guess there's a reason why I did the emotional part or the heart space here, because you needed to receive that message from Spirit. Your person's having a heart awakening right now. Everything that they're going through here is making them tap into their divine feminine energy. And remember, divine feminine energy is about channeling that message, being receptive and receiving those messages from the divine, and they are receiving them. And as they're receiving them and they're processing them, they're learning these deep spiritual lessons that they were supposed to learn in the first place. So they don't have time for this karmic because they are conversing with Spirit. Whatever they're learning, whatever they're integrating, it's powering this powerful transformation that's happening for your person. And it is happening in their heart space. This is a heart awakening. They're finally letting the light of Spirit enter their heart. And it reminds me of, there's a sacred space of the heart meditation that, people usually do to ground themselves, where you allow the light from inside to start, powering through all the spaces of your heart and all that. It's what it looks like. This is what's happening with your person. Their heart is being cracked open and they're realizing, wait a minute, I can actually be happy. I have the power to make decisions and be happy. This person didn't know that they could ever be happy. So this is a powerful heart awakening that's happening for your person. I'm going to get a message from your person's higher self. What does their higher self want you to know right now? The Wheel of Fortune. All major arcana. So this is a powerful shift. Your person, I don't think they even have much of a choice. What the hell? The Tower. My God. That's Scorpio and Aries. The Five of Wands. And the Justice card. Only one major arcana out here, my God. And it's a card of drama. Well, we knew this, right? So what does the higher self want you to know? Your person is in the grips of a powerful transformation and a powerful shift that they really don't have any control over at this time. Spirit has brought this Tower moment to allow your person to get themselves back into to balance, and also to balance out whatever karmic debt that they may have had. There's a lot of drama that's happening in your person's life. If you don't hear from your person, that's what's going on. Okay, they're trying to get their equilibrium because everything is shifting so fast for this person. And I mean, look at the cards that came out. Look at the cards that came out. So they are in the thick of things right now. You know what this feels like? I was tuning into somebody once and I saw this person, it trapped in this big black whirlwind. Big black whirlwind. Numbers, DNA sequences. And this big, and they were in there for like 3 days, 3 to 5 days. And when it was finished, all the numbers that were circling them formed this kind of platform or new foundation, and this person was standing on it. So that's the energy that I'm feeling right now. It's a powerful transformation that's going to set a new foundation for your person. This is the energy I'm feeling. This is not something they can stop. Okay, so this, if you feel this is your person's energy, there's a messages that you've been getting intuitively, you can join me in Extended. And what I'm going to do there, I'm going to look at the headspace where the karmic is concerned and this karmic situation. I'm going to look at how the karmic feels for your person, how they're feeling about you. I'm going to get the message from the karmic's higher self for you, which is usually quite powerful. I'm going to look at what the karmic is hiding, and then I'm going to look at the outcome of this connection within a month of you watching this reading. Okay, guys, grateful for your likes, shares, subscribes. They all help the channel grow. And if you're able to go a step further and interact with any of the ads that may have played during this reading, that's beautiful energy exchange for me or any reader that you enjoy. All right, guys, take care. Bye.